And today we have a fun video, and it's in collaboration with my friend Tara Lee. Now I will leave her picture right here, and I will also link her channel in the cards. Now she suggested this video to me and I thought it would be fun, but let me tell you a little bit more about Tara Lee before we jump into the video. She's another Southern mama like myself. She loves all things sparkle, she loves multi-chrome, she loves color and indie makeup. So as you can see why we get along, because y'all all know I'm about the sparkle and the colorful makeup, but I also like, you know, the pared down stuff every once in a while. But she challenged me to do the one dip makeup challenge. Now, if you're not familiar with what this is, I've seen Mel Thompson do it and some other creators have, and I will try to see if I can find the original creator of the tag and link them down below. But it is pretty much using one pump or one dip into each product and seeing how far you can get with a look. Now, this makes me nervous because, well, I'm not super heavy-handed with things, but for this I think I kind of have to be. So that really kind of makes me nervous because, I mean, I can be heavy-handed, but it is also, you know, a little bit nerve-wracking. So we'll see how we do this. So let's start off by putting in our Christmas headband. It is Christmas season. So I've got my Christmas Mickey Mouse shirt, my Christmas earrings. These were $6 at Target. Aren't they cute? And they're like acrylic and lightweight because I cannot wear a heavy earring. So I have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. What is this called? Primer. And I always typically start by putting primer all over my face. So, as I said, this is going to be nerve-wracking. I'm still going to go in the same steps that I always do. I'll show you the products that I'm using, but I'm probably not going to go super into everything. We'll kind of chit-chat as we do this. Maybe that will help make me less nervous. So first thing I want to do is, this is the IT Cosmetics Absolute Shadow Brush. I use this all the time. I mean, that's what it looks like this for my Gerard Clean Canvas Eye Base. And this is the shade Fair. So we're going to give a pretty hefty dip into the product, and probably too much. But if I use too much, because this works as a concealer as well, I can add a little bit of it to my problem areas and hopefully blend it out and look like a crazy person for a little bit. Yes, I look like a crazy person right now. I look like a clown. But you know, it's okay because, as I said, I applied way too much. But that might help me out in the long run because this product goes a long way. So I'm going to use, this is the BK Beauty sponge. I love this sponge. And blend out the concealer, the clay and canvas eye base. Make sure it's not settling down into my wrinkles. Kind of blend it out. Oh yeah, that's actually working out nice. And as you can see, I just did one dip in it. So as I said, we'll see how everything goes. Okay, now I look pretty canceled out. So we're gonna grab the e.l.f. eye tapes. I don't feel like this is cheating because, again, this is something I do every single time. So I don't know if it's dipping into more than one color that's against the rules, or like one dip in each color, if I have that, you know what I'm saying? So we'll just kind of go from there. I grabbed my Be Perfect Carnival 3 palette that I love Tahiti. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette. And I'm wanting to stick to the green family over here. And then I also grabbed my Cleona multi-chrome shadows because It's Christmas. It's the perfect time of year for me to go super green because I love a green eyeshadow. So I figured that this would be the best way to do it. So I'm gonna grab the BK Beauty 201 brush and we're gonna go heavy into Key Lime and just kind of keep going back and forth to work on a crease color. So as you can see, that is not super pigmented, or maybe it is. I have no idea because I'm testing it to the limits. I'm making it go pretty far. And I do have some cream products because I figured those would be a little bit easier to work with on certain aspects of my makeup than others. So, that doesn't look bad. Okay. Next, we're going to go into the shade Tropics. Tropics. Picked up on the brush nice. Okay. Keep working it back and forth. That is a beautiful Kelly green color. Don't you just love a good green eyeshadow look? I certainly do. Hey, this is working out better than what I thought. So as you can see, I'm not using a whole lot of product. I'm loading it up and then just kind of going back and forth. But the one thing is that if I get any patchiness, I cannot re-dip in. That's the only thing that really sucks. Okay, so there we go. And I'm gonna try to keep from doing any major edits on this as well, just for the sake of, well, the integrity of the video. So what I think I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna grab, nope, not that one, another BK Beauty 201 brush. And I'm going to pick up some bamboo, that like olivey green shade, or that's not even a 201, that's a 206. And take and use that on the outside just to give it a little bit more gradient blend, because I lost some of that green color. And y'all know, green eyeshadow is literally my favorite thing. It is actually one of the best colors on my skin tone. That looks good. So I'm gonna grab that 201 again and just kind of make sure everything is nice and blended. So how are y'all on Christmas shopping? I am done. But this is one thing that I typically do. I'm gonna grab that same 206 and we're gonna go into the shade Forest. Load up the brush and apply that in both creases. But yeah, I'm done Christmas shopping, but one thing I typically do, and I don't know how y'all are about stuff, I take and pretty much I shop early and finish like Christmas lists and things like that early, and then I still continue to buy. So yeah, like everybody got everything that I was planning on getting, and now I'm still buying more. This is that 201. I'm just going back over, making sure everything's blended. These Be Perfect shadows are they're really good. Really, really good. I really like the quality and the formula of this. So I think what I'm going to do is grab, this is a 203 brush, and I'm gonna go slightly into Black Beach and just give my outer corner just a little bit more darkness. And then take that 201 and blend it out. So yeah, like I'm done Christmas shopping. I got everything that I wanted on Black Friday. So I'm super excited about that. Don't want to break that. That is the Pat Mcgrath concealer. So I want to use my Cleona shadows on the lid. So I'm trying to figure out how to do my glitter glue. So since it's a squeezy tube, just squeeze out some on this is a Cleona Cosmetics flat brush, and I'm going to over apply glitter glue and get it in my lashes. And the way that I do this too, it really helps with the shadows sticking. I like to do it this way. Okay, so let's go into a Cleona shadow. Okay, what color do I want to use? I think I want to use this multi-chrome down here, this army greenish, and this is embroidery, which as you can see, it changes to like a bright blue or a deep blue. So I'm going to take this same Cleona brush and dip it in, okay? And then I'm just going to take oh yeah, that's going well. And just kind of pat it on and spread it out. So when you heavy hand dip these, it works out really, really well. Okay. And see, that really goes along with this eye look, or at least I think it does. So I'm gonna grab that same brush that had the black bear shade on it and just kind of go over the edges. That's why I didn't use it all up. And take my 201 and really make sure everything's blended. Okay, that looks pretty darn good actually. I'm surprised that I was able to do that with one dip. Okay, so I don't know how it's supposed to work either with like your eyeliner and stuff like that. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Barbarella Brown. And I'm just tightlining, I don't want to, my top lashes and making myself cry. Okay, because eyeliner and eye pencils are a little bit more difficult to work with. So, okay, I'm fond of that eye look. I think it looks super duper pretty. Cleona, in my opinion, and I'm still, you know, I've got some Davina stuff coming in, makes my most favorite multi-chromes. Okay, so I have my mirror down here. This is like what I use for my palette. So I've got the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation. Might help if I turn it back on. So we got a pump. I don't know if that's the best way to do this, but I figure if I do it this way, I can kind of just use my finger to dot it all over and then get the best blend I possibly can, because that again is not going to be easy. Because there is I'm like scraping the bottom to get everything that I can off. All right, so now I'm gonna grab, this is my BK Beauty 201 brush. This is like my favorite foundation brush. And I use this all the time. I have multiples of it because I absolutely love it. And this foundation is probably one of my favorite foundations. This is the third time I've bought it, which to me that says a lot about the foundation because, you know, it takes a while for me to go through any makeup and to actually have repurchased 3 of them, especially since it's like a newer foundation. I think it came out in 2018. I still love the finish. Okie dokie. So that is blended as much as I want to blend it. So now what we're going to do, I think we're gonna do contour first. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury contour one, so I'm just gonna give it a good squeeze so it got some product. And we're gonna just dot this in to the places I would typically contour. That went a lot further than I thought it would. So I'm locking that using my same foundation brush. Let's thin out that chin. Same thing with the nose. Look how easily that blends out though. I mean, so, oh, that looks pretty. Okay, skin's looking pretty good. So next up, we're gonna use some of the Rare Beauty blush. Put that on the back of my hand because if not, I think it could get pretty intense very quickly. Same brush. See how intense that blush is? Oh God. Let's blend it out. I look like a clown. I look like a clown. Save me. Save me. Okay, grab a sponge. Shear it out some. Whew. Okay. That is so much blush, it ain't even funny. So one thing I think I'm gonna do is see if there's anything left on this thing, because see, it's all closed. And add, yes, a little bit of that back in. I forget how pigmented these blushes are. Okay, that helped tone it down. And I think I'm leaving that on the back of my hand because I think I'm gonna go into concealer next, just in case I need a little bit more. This is the Pat McGrath concealer in the shade Light 5. And I'm not going to dip back into this. So as you can see, it's a pretty light concealer, but it's pretty full coverage. So we're just gonna take and blend it out using our sponge. I cannot wait till BK Beauty comes out with a concealer brush. I will probably die. Not really, but you know. Look how pretty my skin looks. These are some of my favorite products that I'm using today, tried and true, because I figured if I'm going to attempt to do this, I'm going to attempt to do it with my favorite products. So that way I know how they perform, you know what I mean? Okay. let's see if we can take and just shear that out quite a bit and add just a tiny bit back of color in. I have those chipmunk cheeks, you know what I mean? Where it's like big O apples. Okay. Next up, we're gonna grab, this is the Rare Beauty highlighter in Transcend. Oh, I scraped it. So that's what it looks like. So I'm gonna take, this is a It Cosmetics. This is the Airbrush Concealer Brush. And I'm just using ever so slight amount of this. See how pretty that highlight is? And kind of going and dusting it off. Not really dusting it off because it is, I don't know if this is considered more than one dip, because it's all one thing. I'm just trying to go where I'm not so heavy-handed. Okay. Okay, I like how that looks. Looks very pretty. Very pretty and very natural. Okay, so now we're gonna go into, this is the Too Faced Born This Way powder. So I'm gonna take the edge of, this is just some on my lid. Picked up quite a bit. And set the hard areas on my face, and then grab, this is the BK Beauty 102. And blend everything out. Now I didn't grab a powder blush. Let me grab a powder blush, because one thing I typically like to do with my face is, wherever, if I'm using cream products, I like to set everything with powder. This is the BK Beauty 106 brush. I'm gonna use that, and this is the Hourglass Dim Light to kind of buff into my skin. Make it look as pretty as possible. Okay. Now, that's typically not what I do, but that's what we're doing today. So this is the Anastasia Powder Bronzer in Rich Amber. It is a super dark bronzer. So what I'm gonna use, this is the BK Beauty 107. I love to use this as a bronzer brush. So as you can see, I just dipped in quite heavy-handed. Now let's blend it out. Because I like to be ultra bronze. Now, my bronzer on my forehead looks a little crazy because I got it a little low, but it's okay. Tara, I hope you're doing better than I am, because, girl, we got some explaining to do. Take my sponge and kind of just blend back over. I don't know if this is against the rules or not. So we're just gonna go with my rules, because as I said, it's supposed to be one dip. It didn't say you can't blend, and I like to blend. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury, the Climax blush. It's a beautiful blush. And we're gonna grab, where's one of my brushes? This is the BK Beauty 104. Add a little bit to our nose. Make sure everything just looks I like to add blush everywhere. Especially my chipmunk cheeks, or my doll cheeks. Everyone used to say when I was little, because I've always had these chunky cheeks, that I look like a doll, like a Cabbage Patch doll. Which I don't know if that's a compliment or not, you know. Now, this is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude Glow, and then this is the BK Beauty 108. This is a brush I love to use for highlight. So we're gonna go into that. Oh, that's pretty. Can't dip back into it. I almost went and dipped back into it. I feel like if you remove your brush, then that's the end of a dip. But you can kind of dig into it if you need to. Okie dokie. Let's do our brows. This is a pencil, so I don't know if this is cheating or not, because again, I always use a pencil on my brows. So I don't know how I'm supposed to do. I'm not like extra twisting it, so see if that counts. I just had my brows did this morning. I sounded just so country right there. Just had my brows done this morning. I try to keep them up as much as possible so I'm not getting exposed very often during quarantine. But that is one thing that I am not very good at doing myself, is my brows. So, okay, now I need a spoolie to kind of comb them out. Not the best brows, but not the worst. This is the Black Flame Candle Green Eyeliner from ColourPop. We're gonna use that in our waterline today, because I want to keep the look very green. And I do love ColourPop's formula for their gel cream eyeliners. This is from the Hocus Pocus collection, but they have a bunch. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, this is the same brush that had Black Bear on it, and I'm just taking and using that first. See, I didn't dip again. Underneath the eyes. Then I'm gonna grab, this is the one that had, what shape was this on here? I think this is Forest on here. Use that to blend it out. I am definitely not minding this eye look. I picked up a lash. Okay, this is the BK Beauty 201. Again, no additional product on here. Okie dokie. Okay. This is the BK Beauty 207. It is a great pencil brush that I like to use. Just taking my powder brush and just going over my face one more time to make sure everything is blended. Now my blush is not my favorite today, but you know, it is what it is. So, going back into the Cleona palette, we're gonna go into this shade right here. Let's move these two over. Gotta dust my fingers off so I don't. This is the shade Glint. I think that'll make a very pretty. Okay, so we got a generous amount on our brush. Take ever so slightly. The video over, not really restarted over, but my camera will only record 4 gigabytes at a time. So I had to restart on the memory card. So I'm just kind of blending that in. Look how pretty that looks. Now I'm gonna take my big powder brush and kind of go over the edges. I'm loving this look. Sorry for the abrupt cut again. My printer went off and it was making lots of noise, so I figured we would stop it there and then come back and finish it. So I'm gonna curl my lashes because I don't think that counts as a dip. Okay, and then I'm gonna use my new Pillow Talk Push Up Mascara by Charlotte Tilbury. I really like this mascara. So I'm gonna try to use one dip for all 4 sections of my eyes. For my lashes, my eyes. So I'm just kind of going back and forth and just building it up on each set. So there we go. Look how good that looks. Okay, next I'm going to line my lips. This is the Pat McGrath Perma Gel Ultra Liner in Suburbia. I love this lip liner. It's a great lip liner. And again, I'm not sure what counts as one dip for a pencil. You know, I'm gonna finish out my lips. And then this is the Tom Ford lip gloss in Aura. My husband bought me this and I love this lip gloss. So, one dip is all you need. Look how pretty that looks. Because my lips are feeling quite a bit dry, so I really don't want to use a lipstick today. So I'm preferring a gloss. And then the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. I have no idea if I'm cheating by spraying extra, but I don't care. Okay, so there is the finished look. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good, if I have to say so myself, especially for one dip. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which is typically Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But for the month of December, we are going to post every single day. So we've got a lot of fun content. We've got a lot of new things to try. We've got collection videos. Now remember, don't forget to go check out my friend Tara Lee and tell her I said to say hi. But I guess that's it. So we'll see y'all later. Bye.